like your daughter likes the flavor. Like,
yeah.
can you
There's
tell?
something she's not on it. She don't want to eat. You almost
Right,
have
but
to
that
force
just
her
might
to
be
eat
her
it.
mood.
You're right. You're right. So
Yeah,
there's it's not as soon as she doesn't want something in her mouth that we give up. It's like,
yeah.
no, this is the
That's what
dinner
I'm.
today.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
dinner today. But you
Yeah,
can tell that if there's like massive resistance, it's probably more than just
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, I can't tell yet, but I don't think I would be that fussy until they could communicate. Like,
She's saying certain things, man.
because
And
they don't
might.
know the flavors either, do they? They can't be
It's
like,
true.
nah, I don't want that.
I don't
Yeah.
like this.
Oh, banana again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, banana's one of her favorites. Actually, she loves like a real banana. She loves one of those.
See?
What else? Mate, she likes broccoli. Well, I like broccoli, so I don't understand why that's a thing to say. She likes her veg, mate. We'll give her like a cup of veg with every meal, and she's just going in there, just digging it out and eating it. Do you get what I mean?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad she's doing that and not like, throwing at you.
No, she enjoys it. She enjoys it.
I'm going to say, what else? So, how about a drinks category? Is there a drinks
Yeah.
category?
I say there's loads of them. Irritatingly, there's a water category. I'm like, how are you gonna have like a water category? Aquarius, lime, and lemon. One there.
See, that's even cheating. They're putting lemon in it.
No, exactly, mate. Exactly. It's all about flavored water, basically. There's a sparkling wine category.
All right. How about beer? I don't drink sparkling wine.
There weren't no beer, mate. I was like,
beer.
how are you miss out on all of these things?
Okay.
But
How
anyway,
about like a soft drink? Are there any soft drink ones?
soft drink. I don't think there was one, mate.
Okay.
There was a health drink.
All right. What's the winner?
There was a health drink. I can't remember if I got this down. But Honest, Classic, and Pink Lemonade.
Honest.
Actually, I don't think that was the health drink. I think that was just like a fizzy drink, actually.
Don't get those categories mixed up, man.
No. There was a fizzy drink. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. There was a zero sugar drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was won by Twisted Strawberry and Exotic Mango Coke.
What was the name of the brand?
Twisted Strawberry and Exotic Mango Coke. Yeah, by Coca-Cola.
Oh, Oh, that's nasty, man. I've tasted that mango Coke.
Hey.
Tasted that mango Coke. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, there you go. And this was the zero sugar version.
Yeah.
How about that?
Nah. All right.
Mate, look, I wasn't even here just to read off these things to you. Just some of them.
Sorry, man.
A little bit.
I was very interested in your list. Sorry.
Mate, I had to look into it a little bit more. I was like, why? Like, how did they even decide that these things were product of the year? You know that they had to, or the companies had to self-submit. Do you get what I mean? They had to nominate the product for themselves. As in, I've got like a new drink, and I think, or I want this to have a chance of being product of the year.
Yeah. That's how most of the awards, like film awards, are like that as well. So there'll be a studio.
Go on.
Yeah, there'll be a studio, and then there'll be like, I think that's the best film, so they'll put that forward, and like countries for the best foreign film, whatever it's called now, they can only put forward one film, so they have to decide what film is the best in their whole country.
Serious?
And then go, right, this is it. We're going to put that forward, and then everyone like decides whether it goes in the shortlist.
Mate, when you say for film awards, what are you talking about? Because I checked
Oscars. Sorry, I meant Oscars.
No, it doesn't sound like that's how they do it. I had a little look. I was going to get onto that.
Go on.
What I found out was that actually, for like each of the categories and everything, every member of the voting committee basically submits like 5 top names on a list. So let's say best actor, best special effects, all of these things, best score. Everyone gets an opportunity to submit 5 names, and then
is that why the nominations are always the same 5 names for the actors?
It's arbitrary because basically after they've submitted their list of 5, they kind of do the voting thing where take everyone's top picks and then the top people from there go through, and anyone who got eliminated, they then cancel them as top picks and go to the second pick on that ballot sheet, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about the actors, but yeah, I know that with studios, they would put forward, because they have those things that says for your consideration, don't they? It's like a
It might be that they're sending them to the voting panel or the voting committee, and
yeah,
just so the voting committee is aware of that movie, and
yeah,
then they
yeah,
make a
yeah.
choice from there. But
But
from
that
what
thing
I
about
checked,
the foreign films, though, I think that
yeah,
is
I think
the
there were some exceptions, and I think foreign
yeah,
movies might have been one of the exceptions that were
because I
on
know
there.
that you can't have two, because they
Yeah,
whenever
two
they
from the
talk
same
about a movie,
country.
they'll be like, oh, it's
Yeah,
Spain's
yeah.
entry into the Oscars or whatever.
Fair enough, but then even, mate, it could still have been chosen by people, and if there were 2 Spanish movies, then only the one with the most votes would be eligible. So it's not necessarily
Oh
that
yeah, I'm not
Spain
saying it would
picked
just
it.
be like someone just there'll probably be a voting within
Yeah.
that country, but I don't think Oscars would. Thing is with Oscars, like if you who are Oscar members, the people that have been nominated and stuff, like how are
See,
they
this is the
gonna
thing as
know?
well. So I checked who the Oscar members are,
Yeah.
and Oscar members, for you to be nominated onto the voting panel, you yourself need to have been credited 3 times in movies.
What? That's it?
No. There's more. I just didn't know if
Oh,
you could
okay.
hear me.
All
You
right.
need to be
Yeah.
credited 3 times in movies. One of them has joke.
That's it. Yeah, just
Um,
be in 3 movies and
in
just
it.
be like voting for God knows.
You need to have been credited 3 times in movies. One of them has to have been within the last 5 years, and you need to have the support of 2 people who are already members of the voting panel. All of that to make your application, and then your application is I don't know, application process is ratified or whatever, and then you become a member of the voting panel. Plus, anyone who's won an award is automatically a member of the voting panel. So there's
Yeah.
like 6,000 people who are voting on the Oscars. Certain times it gets into smaller pools of like 2,000, and they just vote on a particular aspect. So it might be like all of the behind the scenes people are working on, or are voting for special effects and best dressed and all of that kind of stuff. Actors are voting for leading, supporting actor, all of that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
according to what I read, that's how it works. That everyone submits their 5 names, and they basically whittle it down, eliminating, like, let's say the top 10 or the top 5 votes for first place. They then
Yeah.
count all of the second place votes for all of the ineligible ballot papers, etc., 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 until they have their 5 nominees and their overall winner. So that's all done.
That would explain why the winners have been really like samey, isn't it? And there's not
Yeah,
like when you think about the films, they're nothing out of the ordinary except for
exactly.
they're just it's all kind of the same thing,
Exactly.
you
It's
know.
almost like status quo, and it's hard to have like a breakout movie that's so different from everything else when it's like a big conglomerate of everybody's votes. Mate, it also explains why,
Recently, no, I was gonna say recently is changed a bit because of Parasite,
yeah,
but
yeah, exactly. But it's things like Parasite coming in, and I think views are changing slightly. And a few years ago, like it started to get really prominent about the Oscars are just so white. It's always the same kind of
yeah,
movies.
yeah,
And now that I hear
yeah,
about the system, well, yeah, because we've
yeah,
got
of
like
course,
loads of
yeah,
old white people who are the ones who are voting, and they're probably like legacy voters who are thinking they enjoy films like the films they used to make. Do you get what I mean? And when you've got a
yeah,
mass of the voting pool who think that that's what a good movie is, it's hard for anything else to get in. But I liked the fact that you can obviously apply to be a voter, and if you win, you become a voter as well. So that's bringing a lot of new voices into like the voting panel. around the
Yeah.
Oscars. I just kind of found that interesting, mate.
I say that you know that director who won for Parasite.
Yeah,
He'll watch a lot of say Korean
yeah,
films, and then
exactly.
so then he can nominate all of them.
Yeah,
Uh,
so he can put 5 Korean films down,
Korean
but
films down.
he doesn't want it to be a wasted vote because they also need to be matched by other people who say that.
Right, yeah. But then how does he know it's going to be a wasted vote if everyone just
Well,
has
no,
that? That's
no, I'm
what
just
I
talking
mean
about the
is like
status quo.
how do you count? Like how do you pick 5 out of all of the movies that have come out,
Yeah,
and then how come it's always the same? You know, it is like, oh, you know, they are just movies that are starring Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and
yeah.
then
There are
or
certain movies where I'm sure they make them just so they would win an Oscar.
exactly,
You get
yeah.
what I mean? If you
If
don't
it's
deviate too far from like the proven track, you're
yeah,
likely to be nominated.
if it's like a comedian playing a straight role, he might get
Yeah,
a nomination,
is
or
that a
someone
good
has
thing?
to.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that's what I've
Okay,
you know
that's what you've seen.
that
Yeah.
if you want an award, you do
Yeah.
that, or if you disfigure your face or you don't look
Oh
like how
no.
you usually look, then
Yeah.
that's that'll get you nomination. You know, uh,
Yeah.
think that, or if you play someone in like a war or a Holocaust or something like that,
It's true.
that's usually you
Yeah.
get a nomination. So
What about if
there
you
are.
play like a president or something? You make a serious movie
Yeah, well, yeah, unless it's like Independence Day and
or what's it called? Abraham Lincoln kills vampires.
that sounds wicked, mate.
What, mate? Have you not seen that?
Oh, was that a real thing?
That's a real movie.
What?
Was it
I'm
vampires
watching
or
that.
was it werewolves? I'm sure it was vampires, mate. Go watch that today.
What? Abraham Lincoln kills vampires.
It's something. No, Abraham Lincoln versus the werewolves or something like that, mate. It was
Okay.
a good movie.
All right. I don't think those two things were ever in the same sentence, but all right.
Exactly.
I'm
No,
gonna. You know what?
it's called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh no, that sounds a bit boring now.
Oh, mate. Okay, anyway,
Yeah,
watch it.
that just sounds like Buffy and the Vampire Slayer.
Nah, mate. This guy's president at the same time.
Okay. All right.
Check it out. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, Sabrina and the Teenage Witch. You know, it's got to be like a name and then what they do. Yeah.
Jokes.
So like
Yeah,
process.
those were like the two extremes of what I looked at. So,
But don't you think those that like the Oscars? It's just like, oh, aren't we great kind of thing. Whereas that product thing is trying to make people aware of the new products that are out, which is good. But the Oscars, I feel it's a bit like, aren't we great? Because it's
a
like
bit self-indulgent. It is
because like you said, they all vote for themselves or for their mates. So
yeah. But when you
yeah.
say about the products, you say that they're letting people know about the new product. That's so that they can make money, mate.
I know, but they're still. But from what you've said, they were all newish products, though, and they're all trying to do something new, which is not a bad thing. Whereas this one is just like, Anthony Hopkins wins another freaking award. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
To be honest, I don't pay the Oscars too much mind, one way or the other. I think it's good for your good work to be recognised.
Yeah.
But
If you're an actor, then that's important, because if you get nominated, then your career skyrockets, and that's good, isn't it? But
exactly.
as a viewer, I might look at some categories to see, like, what if I've missed any films out. But I'm a film buff, so I'll watch everything. It doesn't really sway me. Does it sway you, do you think? Oh,
no, it doesn't. And I was going to ask, do you think that they're actually spot on or even correlated to Oscar winners and the best movies of the year? Because I enjoy a lot of movies that wouldn't ever be nominated for an Oscar. And recently, I've just really stopped paying attention to like critics' reviews of movies, because there's so many things that get slated in like their first week, and I'll watch them and think I enjoyed that. If I'd listened to the
Yeah.
critics, I would never have even come across this movie. If I always listened to IMDb and the score that they give, I wouldn't watch half the movies that I do.
Yeah. Because with IMDb, it's just like normal folk